In the forest, silence isn't peace, it's a warning. Some crimes echo louder in their absence than in their evidence. On a quiet summer night in East Texas, 6 members of the Riley family vanished without a trace. No broken windows. No footprints. Just a cabin, empty, and a silence that screamed louder than any gunshot. This is not just a case. It's a haunting reminder that sometimes, monsters don't hide in shadows. They knock on your door and smile. Welcome to the Texas Cabin Massacre. 6 family members vanished overnight. July 14, 2019. The Riley family, a tight-knit, multi-generational group, packed up their lives for a weekend getaway at a rustic cabin near Lake Hawkins, Texas. James Riley, 67, a recently retired firefighter, his wife Deborah, a school librarian, their daughters Michelle and Sandra, both in their 30s, and Sandra's 2 children, Caleb and Lily, ages 10 and 7. It was meant to be a healing trip. Michelle had just finalized a messy divorce. James was struggling with retirement. This was their chance to reconnect, to be a family again. The cabin was remote. No Wi-Fi. One road in. Miles of woods in every direction. Ideal for privacy. Ideal for vanishing. By Monday morning, none of them had returned home. When James missed a VA appointment and Deborah didn't show up to school for orientation, alarms were raised. A park ranger was dispatched to the cabin. What he found inside chilled him to the bone. The house was pristine. No signs of struggle. No blood. No bodies. But the table was still set for breakfast. Bowls of cereal now stale. A pot of coffee still warm. A single mug shattered on the tile floor, its contents dried into a crimson smear. Their SUV still sat in the driveway. Their phones were gone. The local sheriff's office called in the Texas Rangers, who, within 48 hours, brought in FBI search teams. Drones swept the area. Cadaver dogs searched the forest. Dive teams explored the lake. Nothing. The case gained national attention. Missing posters flooded the region. Billboards showed smiling faces now associated with dread. Interviews aired across networks, but no leads turned up until July 21st, when a gas station clerk 43 miles from the cabin turned in a phone she'd found near the restroom trash bin. It belonged to Michelle Riley. Digital forensics cracked it open. The last photo taken was blurry, but unmistakable. The Riley family around a fire, smiling. And in the background, half hidden by trees, stood a man. That man was identified as Clay Harper, a 41-year-old handyman with a troubled past. He had worked at the cabin's property the week prior, fixing plumbing issues. According to local records, he was known for odd jobs, but more known for his temper, restraining orders from an ex-wife, a DUI, and 2 previous charges of trespassing. Michelle had mentioned him once in a text to her sister. Clay seems nice, but a little off. Detectives canvassed Clay's property on July 23rd. What they found turned the case from disappearance to horror. A blood-stained tarp. A set of cabin keys. A child's drawing with the name Lily scribbled in crayon. And a journal. The journal was a rambling mix of paranoia and obsession. They laugh too much, one entry read. They don't know what it's like to be invisible. To be forgotten. And then this, they said I wasn't family. So I made sure they never saw theirs again. Underneath the floorboards, police found a trapdoor leading to a homemade bunker, insulated, stocked with canned food, rope, and soundproofing foam. On a cot were 6 distinct bloodstains. Forensics confirmed it. At least one belonged to Caleb Riley. Clay Harper was apprehended at a gas station 2 towns over, buying duct tape and bleach. He didn't resist arrest. He smiled. In interrogation, he was calm, even proud. They thought I was just a worker, he said. But I watched. I listened. They treated me like nothing. He never admitted to murder. Only removal. The FBI found surveillance footage of Harper at the cabin days before the family's arrival. He was installing hidden cameras, 6 of them. One inside the chimney. The footage recovered from a cloud server showed the family's final moments. Around 3:13 a.m., someone disabled the power. In night vision, a masked man crept from room to room, binding each family member with duct tape. No screams, just the soft crackle of plastic and the stifled sobs of a child. Clay Harper's trial began in October 2020. The prosecution brought forth over 200 pieces of evidence: blood spatter analysis, recovered footage, DNA from the bunker. The defense argued mental instability. They claimed Harper suffered from schizoaffective disorder and had been off medication for years. But the jury wasn't swayed. Not after hearing the final audio clip recovered from Michelle's phone. "Please, just let them go," James's voice pleads. "You can take me." A soft laugh. "You're all mine now." Clay Harper was found guilty on 6 counts of first-degree murder, abduction, and unlawful imprisonment. He was sentenced to life without parole. But even in victory, something remained unresolved. To this day, no bodies have been found. Not even bone fragments. Clay refuses to disclose their final location. He says they are elsewhere. The Riley family's home remains empty. Flowers sit rotting on the porch. Their mailbox, once filled with birthday cards and catalogs, is now stuffed with silence. Sandra's ex-husband visits the grave markers, a row of headstones with no bodies beneath them. He brings Lily's favorite doll every month, still sealed in its packaging. Some crimes aren't about rage. They're about erasure, about control, about taking everything from someone to feel like something yourself. The Texas Cabin Massacre isn't just a murder case. It's a reminder that kindness isn't always safe, that even family can be prey. But here's where it twists again. In 2024, a hiker in Oklahoma, nearly 300 miles from the cabin, found a metal box buried beneath a tree. Inside, 6 Polaroids, water-damaged but visible. Each showed a member of the Riley family, bound, alive. And in one of the photos, a newspaper with the date July 18, 2019, 4 days after the cabin incident, which means they weren't all killed that night. Clay Harper remains in solitary confinement. When asked about the photos, he only said, "I told you, they're not dead." Not all of them,